Hello, dear students. In this class, I am going to discuss electrocardiograph. Electrocardiograph. Okay, it is referred as ECG. So, as per the explanation given in your NCERT textbook, so they have taken example of a movie scene where a patient is connected to a machine which is producing like a peep peep sound. Suddenly, a character in a movie suffers from a heart attack. A undulating wavy lines, undulating wavy lines over the computer screen in a movie will suddenly become straight line, so that implying the patient is dead. So, what is this? Wavy lines which you happen to see while you watch movie, as how it is exemplified in your textbook. Student, it is the graphical representation of electrical activity of the heart. I have explained you that contraction and relaxation of the heart is because of the depolarization wave. What is it? Depolarization wave. Okay, the depolarization wave is nothing but the changes in electrical activity with respect to the movement of ions across the membrane of the muscle cells and the nerve cells. So there occurs the electrical activity which brings about the contraction of the walls of the wall of the heart. So when auricles are contracting and ventricles are contracting, there occurs electrical activity in terms of depolarization of the membrane of the muscle cells with respect to the movement of ions, that you will understand, as I have told you already when you study the conduction of nerve impulse. Simply to sum up with, to make you understand, I would prefer to say that when auricles and ventricles contract, there occurs the generation of electrical impulses in the wall of the muscle of the heart. So the measure of this electrical activity will give us idea about the functioning of the heart. Okay, so how to measure the electrical activity of the heart? So we have an equipment which is called as a electrocardiograph. The electrocardiograph has got the electrical leads as how it is given in book. So these are the electrical leads, right? You see, these are the electrical leads. So these electrical leads are connected to these plug like structures and they are connected to our body. So to take the standard electrocardiogram, electrocardiograph is the machine which records the electrical activity of our heart. Electrocardiograph is the machine which I have shown you in the photograph, a typical equipment which records the electrical activity of the heart. And the electrical activity of the heart in terms of its contraction and relaxation recorded in the form of the graph. You see here, this is the sheet over which it is recorded in the form of a graph like this. The electrical activity of the heart recorded in the form of the graph is called as electrocardiogram. Okay, you shall be knowing the difference. Electrocardiogram. Did you understand the difference? Electrocardiogram is the machine, and electrocardiogram is the representation of the activity of the heart with respect to its electrical activity in the form of the graph. So now if we look into the graph gives us the representation in the form of certain peaks. When it is a straight line, here as I have told you, there is no electrical activity. But here you can see there are certain peaks, the rise in the level of the lines. Somewhere the lines are lower and somewhere the lines are higher. Okay, so let me take up the normal heart's standard electrocardiogram so as to make you understand in what way the graph is recorded, the graph is obtained. That is in the form of electrocardiogram when there is a auricular contraction and when there is a ventricular contraction. Okay, let me take the electrocardiogram. You see, students, here this electrocardiograph, the machine, is connected through the electrical leads. So when you want to make a detailed analysis of the activity of the electrical activity of the heart, you will connect the leads of this. You see, these are the leads, the electrical leads of the electrocardiograph to the different parts of the chest. But to obtain the standard electrocardiogram, we will connect the leads into our wrist, both the wrists and left ankle. Okay, to our wrist and left ankle, you have to remember that. So we can obtain a standard electrocardiogram. So you see here the sheet of paper. Okay, the activity is recorded, and actually in a very classical equipment, the needle will deflect. The deflection of needle will draw the graph like this. So I don't want to go to the details of the way how the graph is drawn. Okay, so this will record the electrical activity of the heart. When it is in the form of straight line, there is no electrical activity. Even there is a slight electrical activity, it will produce a small peak. With a strong electrical activity, it will produce a much higher peak, like this. So lower and higher peaks in the graphs are produced, which implies the electrical activity of the heart. So now when we consider electrical activity of a heart in one cardiac cycle with respect to the auricular contraction systole and ventricular contraction systole, how would that one cardiac cycle's graph appear? So that's the question. So let me take the diagram given in your textbook. Okay, students, you see here I have a diagrammatic representation of a standard electrocardiogram. It's not electrocardiogram. So this electrocardiogram has got many peaks. This is one peak. Okay, sorry. This is one peak. This is another one peak. This is another one peak. So each peak is represented by the letter P, and then a bigger peak is represented by QRS, and then there is another peak, that's a T. Okay, so here this will repeat like this. For example, P, QRS, T, this is P, QRS, this is T. Again there occurs a P, QRS, and then again there occurs a T. right? From here to here, one cardiac cycle. From here to here, there is another cardiac cycle, P, Q, R, S, T. So it appears like this. In a normal electrocardiography, if there is any variation in the level of the peaks, that implies that there is a wrongful electrical activity in the heart. So we can understand the functioning of the heart likewise. So now let us see what this P implies. The P implies, here this P implies the contraction of auricles. Okay? The P implies the contraction of auricles, whereas Q or S implies the contraction of ventricles. Okay, P is auricular systole, and then auricular systole, auricles will undergo diastole, and that is followed by ventricular systole. Ventricles have got a thicker wall, so more electrical activity will be there, so more peak, the level of peak is higher here, and it will relax. Okay, after ventricular systole, ventricles will undergo relaxation, diastole, and they will gain the normalcy. So the time when they gain normalcy, there occurs a T wave. So you see, T wave represents the return of ventricles from excited to normal state. So the excited state is a depolarization, that is the systolic state. We refer that as a depolarization. Depolarization is the state when the heart muscle, either it is a auricular part or a ventricular part, when they are contracting, we say that the heart wall is under excited state, excitation has taken place, and that is the depolarization. So these peaks here represents depolarization. Okay, the depolarization, right? So you see here, each peak in the ECG is identified with a letter P to T, corresponds to specific electrical activity of the heart. The P wave represents the electrical excitation of atria. Okay, P wave represents electrical activity of atria. QRS complex represents the depolarization of ventricle. So it's a depolarization of the ventricle is nothing but excitation of ventricle or contraction of ventricles, right? Which initiates the ventricular contraction. The contraction starts shortly after Q. Okay, here you see this is the Q. Contraction starts here shortly after the Q. The T wave represents the return of ventricles from excited to normal state. Okay, students, in your NCERT, simply they will give this diagram, take directly from your textbook, and they may mark the different peaks of this graph by using the alphabets, and they may ask you a question. These type of questions may be framed in your examination. So this is all about with respect to the content of NCERT textbook. In addition to that, I have given you certain photographs and have explained you about the difference between electrocardiogram and electrocardiogram. So I hope you have understood what is ECG. Okay, so now let's move on to next topic.